Hey everyone, Jedi64 here, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about and reviewing Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This was a brand new series recently that came out on Disney Plus. And I have to say, this series is surprisingly good. Like, I love the animation style. Like, I know people say it looks cheap, but with a TV show, the budget is usually like smaller, I think. So they basically worked with the restraints that they had. And I feel like they did a great job. It looks like a comic book. Like I love how which each episode has like a comic book panel for the opening, and like it just looks really good to me. Like I really like it. And I have to say, like overall, this series was really good. It felt very respectful to the Spider-Man lore and like mythos. Like I love all the cameos from other characters like Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. I love just all the characters in the show. I just felt like everything was just very just Spider-Man, and like you can really tell that the creators just really like love the character. Like I'm very excited for season 2. Like they were setting up a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm very excited about that. But for now, let us begin with the story. Spoiler warning, if you have not seen this series, well, I guess it's a little late for the spoiler warning since I just spoiled all the cameos, but it doesn't matter. So, if you don't want to be spoiled any further, please click away. I already got your views, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so the first episode begins with establishing that Uncle Ben is already dead. Apparently, he died of cancer, I think. Like, in this universe, he's already dead, so it's very interesting. Like, it feels creative. Like, I'm glad that, like, they're taking, like, a different approach to the origin story, so I like it that they're trying something new, so that's cool. Anyway, so we then see a portal open up, and I'll explain what that is here in a minute. But basically, Doctor Strange comes out of it, fights an evil version of Venom, and then Peter gets bitten by a spider that falls out of the portal, and that's how he gets his powers. We don't see him create the suit, but he does eventually create his homemade suit, which I have to say looks very cool. Now, interesting fact, this show was originally going to be an origin story for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, because in like the MCU, we never got to see how Peter became Spider-Man. So this series was originally going to be that, but then they decided to scrap that idea and have a more original story and just have it take place in a whole separate universe, which I feel like is a good choice because it gives them more creative freedom. But you can really tell like there's just so much creativeness in this show. Anyway, I absolutely love the suit. It looks really cool. Like for a homemade Spider-Man suit, I feel like it's like pretty cool. So yeah, I love the suit. It looks great. Peter saves Harry Osborn. We get to meet him, so that's pretty cool. I love the action scenes in the show. Like the action scenes are pretty cool, honestly. Like the web swinging, like the fights, like it looks really cool and like honestly very well choreographed. So shout out to the people who animated it because it looks really good. We then get to meet Norman Osborn. Like Peter, like I love how they play a little bit into the what if scenario. Like in the MCU, Tony Stark recruits Peter, but in this universe, Norman Osborn recruits him. Which, if you don't know who Norman Osborn is, he basically is the Green Goblin. He basically is like the arch nemesis to Spider Man. But in this universe, he's acting all nice and kind, offering Peter an internship at Oscorp. And basically, he finds out Peter is Spider Man and basically gives him like a new suit, which looks really cool. I'll get into that in a minute. But first off, I have to address the elephant in the room. Now, in this universe, Harry and Osborn are their their skin color is slightly different. Let's just leave it at that. And people have an issue with that for some reason, and I have to say it does not bother me in the slightest. I honestly don't know why it bothers other people. I mean, come on, it's the multiverse. Anything is possible. I mean, like it does not bother me at all. Like I love the person that voices Norman. Like he just has a very menacing like vibe about him, but also like a casual cool guy. Like I don't know. Like I just really like Harry and Norman's characters in this show. I also like how later on Harry accidentally finds out Peter is Spider-Man just because Peter just walks in being like, "Hey, this new suit is awesome," and Harry's like, "Holy crap, you're Spider-Man." See, that's funny. I love the suit that Norman gives Peter. It's like a black and blue suit. Like it looks really good. Like if this suit, like if a variant of this Spider-Man appeared in Beyond the Spider-Verse, I would not be upset. Hell, if this version of Spider-Man appeared in Beyond the Spider-Verse, I would not be disappointed. So yeah, the suit looks fantastic. Like it's awesome. So yeah, like anyway, later down the line, Peter confronts Daredevil, who is infiltrated Norman's office, saying that like Norman Osborn is hiding something. And I have to say, seeing the very cool fight scene between the two makes me excited for the Daredevil series that's gonna come out next March. Because I don't know much about Matt Murdock's Daredevil. All I know is that like he's a vigilante like Spider-Man. He has kind of like a Batman feel to it, which I'm excited about. So yeah, I'm very interested to see his series, so that would be cool. So yeah, they fight. It's a very cool action scene. He eventually knocks out Peter, saying that, "Hey, you're trying to do the right thing, but this isn't it." So anyway, later down the line, we see Doctor Octopus, or Doc Ock, as it were, Doctor Octavius, basically create the Scorpion, giving Matt Gargan the Scorpion suit. And I have to say, he is menacing as hell. Like he straight up kills the guy, like stabs him. Like I like how this show like for an animated series, it wasn't afraid to get a little violent. Like it was cool. He's very menacing. Like he nearly kills Spider Man. Eventually, we see like because like Norman basically takes out the earpiece, saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, you're doing great, Peter," and then nearly lets Peter die, and then eventually Matt Gargan stabs Peter, and then like we see the Green Goblin glider approach Peter and grabs onto it. So I love that they're setting up the Green Goblin. Like this show is really good. Like I'm really excited to see where it goes. Anyway, we then see the Iron Man cameo, which was pretty cool. I like how his suit looks like the comics suit that we see. We see him arrest Doctor Octopus, and so that's pretty cool. This is the only time we see Iron Man, but it's pretty sweet. Because in this universe, it's established that the Sokovia Accords and like the Civil War has happened. You know, like I like how they're taking some elements from the MCU, but they're not like letting it take over the whole series, which is cool. Anyway, they arrest Doctor Octopus. Norman takes all of his assets and all of that stuff. We then see Peter finally don the classic Spider-Man suit. Like I love how they built up to it throughout the whole series and made like him putting it like the classic suit on all the more satisfying. Like it looks really good. Anyway, this character is Lonnie, I think. I think that's his name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so basically in the comics he becomes Tombstone, an enemy of Spider-Man. So like we see him begin to go down this spiral. He joins a gang by accident, and then he like helps them rob a truck. Ends up like getting this serum that like enhances his strength. So by the end of the series, we see him like begin to go down that dark road. So I'm excited to see him like his skin turn white and like see all like him like turn into the Tombstone. So that would be really cool to see him like do that happen. We then see this is Nico, and like in the comics, I think she becomes a superhero because she has like a magic necklace in this series apparently. Like I think they're setting that up, and like she found out Peter was Spider-Man, so I like how they wrap that up, and I like how they're just friends and like nothing more. Like I like that about it. So yeah, we then cut to like the finale episode where we see Norman has created a portal to like outer space or something where he releases the Venom monster from the first episode. But Doctor Strange does a time travel thing where like he basically stalls for time while Spider-Man like reactivates the portal to put the Venom back. And basically in the show Norman basically is manipulating behind the scenes. He basically has created a spider trying to recreate Peter's powers, but the spider escapes during the fight and ends up falling through the portal. So it's the same spider that bit Peter. So it's like a time travel thing where it's like it's very creative. Like I think it's cool. Like this is what I mean. The show is very creative and like I love how they did the origin story for Spider-Man like different, like felt original, new. It was very cool. So anyway, the portal closes but not before a piece of the Venom symbiote flies out of the portal. So I love it because now like Norman sees it, and now they're setting up the Venom arc from the comics and like the third Spider-Man movie. So that's really cool. We then see Nico use her amulet to talk to her mother, so they're setting up her arc of gaining superpowers and all that stuff. We then find out one of the interns from Oscorp was working with Daredevil, so that was really cool to see. Again, they're setting up more elements, like Harry is like creating his own business now, and like she's a spy on it, and like pretty sweet. We see Doctor Octopus planning to put together his like epic like arms and stuff. So they're setting that up, and then oh boy, this twist is something that I did not see coming. So basically, Aunt May goes to a prison, and at first I thought, wait, is Uncle Ben alive just in prison for some reason? But then it turns out Peter's biological dad is alive. Holy crap. Now, in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, they were trying to do something with that, like, but that movie was such a mess, so much studio interference, like, that movie was just, awful. I love the actor who plays him, but that movie sucked. But anyway, it feels like, so, like, Peter's dad is in prison for some reason, but we don't know why. And does Peter know he's alive, or has Aunt May been keeping that a secret from him? Like, this is what I mean. This show is really good. Like, I'm really excited to see where this storyline goes. Cause like, all of it's just really interesting and exciting. So yeah, I'm very interested to see where this goes. Cause it feels like they're just trying to do what Sony did, just better. So that'll be really cool. Anyway, we see Doctor Strange and Spider-Man talk. How like Doctor Strange is like, I should not have done that. Could have affected so much. Spider-Man's like, yay, yeah, or like, yeah, it affected me. I became a superhero. So yeah, Doctor Strange goes away saying, hey, you're ready, kid. You're a superhero. Welcome to the big leagues or something. And the show ends with Peter swinging through the city, which I feel like was really cool because it brings back that final swing from like the classic Spider-Man movies. I love the shot with the Watcher in this one shot right here. Like, it's a great callback to like What If fans. So that was really cool. So yeah, this series was really good in my opinion. If you have not seen this series or are hesitant to see it, I strongly advise you watch it because if you're a Spider-Man fan, you will honestly really enjoy it. I know I did. I cannot wait for season 2. So yeah, that is my thoughts and review on Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. If I had to rank season 1, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. So yeah, it was pretty great. I can't wait for season 2 whenever that comes out. So yeah. Anyway, may the force be with you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.